Big year for the Ball Foxes this year.
Absolutely.
How's the team looking? What are some of the expectations?
Absolutely. Every year you step on campus, you think about wanting to win a MAC championship. I think this is the first time in a couple years where the team's really gotten back on campus in August and the beginning of September where we actually believe that we can win it. And so we're just trying to be process oriented this year, not think too far into the future and get past those first couple games and into the regular season with conference play and stuff like that. But we really do think that this is a year where we can end up with a ring on our fingers.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, this is a pretty important year for the both of us, probably most of there last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, losing our pitching coach Mike Cost, that was big. That was a monumental loss, but it should show some improvements and some other guys and have some leaders take that role.
Absolutely.
But we both know MAC playoffs, they're some of the most exciting games of the year.
Yeah.
What are some of your memories from MAC playoff baseball?
Well, my first memory is like the first 2 years that we went to the tournament. With my freshman year, I just gotten benched, so I didn't get to participate in that one. And then the second time, my junior year, I was hurt as well, so it was another time where I didn't get to participate. And so I really remember just feeling like I really wanted to be out there and feeling like kind of hopeless on the sidelines, not being able to like be a part of like the MAC championship. But just being on the sidelines for that atmosphere, I think kind of prepared me a little bit for finally getting to participate in my senior year. And that was probably the most fun I've had playing baseball in a really long time, if not ever. I mean, I know that like that Sacred Heart game, like that was just incredible to be a part of last year. And so I think that would probably be my best memory, just participating in that, those games past midnight and just the up and down, the back and forth between the two different teams. I think those are some great memories, and like those are games that you talk about 30 years down the line where like everybody remembers those. You remember the little details and just really special memories.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have to agree with you. I mean, some of those games are some of my favorite, to say the same. You're the longest tenured player in the team. You've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's the longest out of anybody. What are some of the improvements that you've seen throughout the program, and what would you like to see moving forward?
Absolutely. I think in terms of the biggest development that I've seen throughout the program is just the camaraderie. When you go through a coaching change after my freshman year like we did, sometimes it's hard to keep the culture, but I think Marist Baseball has something that's really special on that side of things. And so even to go through a coaching change and like still have the strong culture, both from a player's perspective and a coaching perspective, I think that's been really cool to see the development of that. And I think we've grown exponentially in that realm of things. I think this is one of our closest knit teams we've had in a while. Reminds me of my freshman year when we had a bunch of older guys on that team. And so I think it's really special to see how that has developed over the years. And I'm really excited to see what we can do on the field with that. In terms of what I'd like to see moving forward, I'm going to be a little bit cliche. I'd like to see the facilities upgrade a little bit with our fields, especially. I think that's kind of the next step in taking this program to the level that we know it can be. Having like a turf field, some facility that's like just solely focused on our development and stuff like that, and stuff that just we can use. But yeah, I think in terms of the coaching side of things and both the players, I think we've all done our part in developing this program to get the point where it is now.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, the player-coach relationships are
Absolutely.
the strongest I've ever seen.
Absolutely, I agree.
Injuries are a part of the game, as everyone knows. They'll come and go. Take me back to that FCU midweek when you injured your shoulder. What was going through your mind at that time?
In the moment when I got hurt, I just remember hearing kind of like the crack of my shoulder, and that was probably the most like devastating, like gut wrenching thing that I experienced in a while, because you just, anytime you have like a shoulder dislocation, you kind of know that the labrum is going to be torn. And so it's just kind of like a gut wrenching feeling of not knowing what the next steps are for you. You just kind of feel like empty a little bit. You just start worrying about like the whole surgery process, X, Y, Z. You don't really know, and there's not a lot that you can do in that time until you get like an MRI, X, Y, Z. But it was just a lot of kind of feeling like lost, and then when like you do all that training in the fall. You go through the ups and downs of the season. I felt like I was just starting to get going production-wise, and so to have that taken away, it sucks, but everything happens for a reason. And now the way that I look back at it, to be here for my 5th year, to still be with you guys in the senior class, I definitely see it as a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all glad to have you back. We're looking forward to seeing you. College baseball comes with a lot of life lessons. I mean, it's a long journey, it's a long year. What are some lessons that college baseball has specifically taught you beyond the diamond?
I think, you look at specific like life skills that you learn, whether it's like time management, how to work with teams, stuff like that. But I think the overarching message and lesson that I've learned is to not be result oriented and be more process oriented. If you focus just on the results, you're going to get too wrapped up in it. You're going to get too wrapped up in what's right in front of you, the failures, the successes, versus if you just stay process oriented and you stick to the process that you set out for yourself. I think over time you're going to feel like a more fulfilling success and be happier with the end goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Nate, that's all we got.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. I appreciate having me.